things are getting wild, not just in studio, but at SeaWorld San Antonio. They have this wonderful event happening. It's called Wild Days, and this is the last weekend for it. And this is Julie Scardina. She is the SeaWorld and Busch Gardens Animal Ambassador, and this is Otis.
That's right. And Kimberly, you are doing such an awesome job holding Otis.
Do you know how hard it is to not talk with my hands, Julie?
Hey, believe me, I've got the same issue. So
who is this one?
I've got Bonsai, and they are both screech owls. Now, you thought they were baby owls, which almost everybody does, because they're so small, but they're actually one of the smallest species of owls in the world.
And they're screech owls?
And they're screech owls. And they live all around us, believe it or not. They can be found anywhere in the eastern, or there are western screech owls as well.
They're beautiful.
Parts of the United States. And they're found just even in our backyards, but we hardly ever notice them because just like all other owls, they're nocturnal and they're so small that you basically don't see them any other time. But unfortunately, because they're found all over, even in sometimes cities and urban backyards, they do get hit by cars at times or found by cats or dogs. So these two are actually rescues from Houston. They were found by the Wildlife Center of Texas that works in Houston. They were rehabilitated, but unfortunately can't be returned to the wild. As you know, that's the goal of all of the SeaWorld rescues. We specialize in marine animals and have rescued over 23,000 marine animals. But these two little guys, since they couldn't be returned to the wild, we were able to provide them a lifelong home and a great way for them to become ambassadors for their species as well.
Just beautiful. They're just beautiful. So these are just an example of some of the beautiful creatures you can check out at SeaWorld during Wild Days, but we're not done. Otis, I'm going to give you back to your mama. Well,
yeah, you can hang on to Otis just for a second longer.
Okay, I will hold on to Otis.
Because during Wild Days, we're going to have all sorts of different critters, right?
Oh,
so we've got Pete and Penny coming into the shot here.
Hi.
And these guys are, of course, one of our most popular animal ambassadors.
Of course.
Who doesn't like penguins?
I love penguins.
So it's fantastic. I can pick up, this is Penny here. Penny's the big girl.
Oh, so you can pick them up. Now, is that safe? Because I heard penguins don't like to be picked up.
Oh, you know what? These
only
guys,
by you, Julie.
These guys have been hand raised so that not only are they comfortable hanging out with their own species, but they're comfortable hanging out with people as well.
Can I touch?
You can touch the back of the penguin.
The back of that body, not the wing.
Yeah, the body. Right. There you go. Oh, they're so soft, aren't they?
I thought they would be a little.
They have more feathers per square inch than any other bird, and that's what gives them their insulation. But of course, because they're found, now many people think all penguins are in the really cold ice and snow, but these guys are found off the coast of Argentina and Chile. So they've also got to be prepared to be in warm weather as well, which is why they don't have feathers around their face. You see kind of around the face how they don't have any feathers there? And that's how some of the heat can escape their body, as well as through the legs and the feet. So.
I'm looking at that massively sharp beak. That's what I'm going
And that is made for catching fish.
Okay, not humans, not TV hosts. This is a beautiful. Now, who is this one again?
That's Pete, actually.
Pete and Penny?
The smaller of the two, even though that's not necessarily normal. We've got a male and a female here.
Let me ask you a question, Julie. You know you hear that rumor that penguins, they mate for life. Is that true?
Well, you know what? The whole
mating
mating for life thing is a little bit of a fallacy because for the most part, there's a little bit of cheating that often goes on. And they are men, some of them. Just like humans, they want to know that they get along, that they can produce offspring and raise those offspring. So it kind of depends on how successful they are. If they're not that successful, both mom and dad are going to be looking, or male and female are going to be looking for other partners.
Separation and divorce. You move on from there, and finally we have one.
I want you to hold out your arm, Kimberly, just like this.
This animal's a little larger than Otis.
Fly and land on your arm here. Come on, Padre. There you go. Good job.
Wow. Hello, my friend. I love your
friend. Is such a beautiful bird. He's called a spoonbill. And he is an animal that is found right here in the coastal wetlands regions. Unfortunately, at one time, they were actually endangered species. But thankfully, because of protections, they were able to come back, and now they're successfully nesting in our wetlands right here in Texas.
Esteban, come here. I want you to hold this beautiful creature. And you have to tell us more about Wild Days, Julie. Tell us how people can go, because this is the last weekend.
We'll back him up just a little bit so he sees Esteban's arm there.
You don't back it up there. Okay, go ahead, buddy.
I'm used to this. I got kids.
have a lot of new great stuff at the park here at SeaWorld.
Yeah, it's Friday.
We have expeditions that the kids can go on
margarita?
once they come to the park this weekend. There's different stations. They learn things and get stands.
You need a drink?
And then this.
Hey, we're talking over here. Both of you boys.
You guys can talk. That's all right. Padre certainly is having a good time over there. And then we've got this summer a new aviary opening at Aquatica. And believe me, I've been to the aviary that this was modeled after, which is Discovery Cove in Florida. It is going to be spectacular. You can meet all the birds just like this.
Oh, this is so. I just love what SeaWorld does for San Antonio, and it's just a
awesome.
wonderful
and
experience.
It's our 50th celebration this year.
And then there's that.
So I'm from San Diego, so I'm kind of from the home park, which is really celebrating big, as well as the San Antonio Park celebrating.
Well, thank you for being here. Thank you to all of the wonderful SeaWorld people and the wonderful creatures.